I'm Julie, Puro Pinche Pilates. This is our second YouTube class. I want this to be a safe space, a comfortable space, a space where I'm just going to be myself, and so a little less formal than maybe if you were to pull up to one of my events or the studio. If you haven't warmed up or this is kind of your first movement, you're just waking up in the day, pause. Spend a good 5-10 minutes warming your body up, maybe doing some stretching, but don't hold too long. You want to do stretches with movement. I'm already warmed up, so this flow, we're going to get right to it, okay? So I'm going to, by the way, I'm still learning this flow. This is the first time I've taught it, so if you see me glancing at my phone, that's what I'm doing. I promise I'm not ignoring you or texting my man. And then if you see me drink from this coffee, I promise it's not tequilita this time. It's actually my coffee. There's a little bit of protein, and I'm a basic bitch. There's a little bit of pumpkin creamer in here. Okay, you're warmed up, right? You got your body a little bit ready for this. Okay, we're gonna start lying down, and we're gonna start with a chest lift. You don't have to know what that means. I do. Okay, so las quiero acostada. So I'm starting lying down, and I'm actually gonna start with my feet on the floor. I want us to really understand what the hell we're doing here and what is important about this. Okay, so a lot of the times when people do these movements, they complain about their neck hurting, especially when people are new to Pilates. That's definitely something that comes up. That might still come up even if you've been doing it for a while. Let's see if this helps, okay? So when they tell you to do a chest lift, we're going to do it in different ways, right? But we're just kind of explaining what the hell is going on. So I take a big inhale. As I exhale, I come up. As I inhale nice and slow, I replace back down. Now, a couple of things that will help make this easier so my neck is not doing really any of the work, but not all the work, right? I'm using my exhale. That's a big factor here. And I'm also thinking about my ribs. I feel like that was the cue that kind of changed it for me, is thinking about my ribs coming up so fast, like they're trying to touch my hips. Obviously, they're not going to get there, right? But it's just that visual to help you get up there. So let me show you me using my neck, and then I'll show you the right way, okay? So as I exhale, this is me using my neck the wrong way. Now let me use my breath and my ribs. Really, I even felt it down here, okay? So see if you can find that first. I should be able to hear your breath. Okay, if you're feeling comfortable and you're wanting more, you could lift your legs to a tabletop. Fancy name for my legs are just in a 90-degree. If I don't want to, I keep them down, okay? Exhale or inhale. Exhale up. Maybe I add on. The next time I come up, this is called the single leg stretch. So I come up, I extend one of my legs, I do my best to point those toes. Inhale them all the way back. Again, exhale. I switch. Inhale them up. The higher you come up, the more protected your neck is. Maybe one more on each side before we add on. Okay, now can I do both of my legs at the same time? This is called double leg stretch. So they start the same. They're in a 90-degree tabletop, right? Hands are up at the sky. Exhale. Great. Can you meet me up in 5? Another 2. 3. Am I counting the wrong way? Great. We'll take 2 more now. Next time I'm up, you meet me there, and you're just going to hold. My legs are extended. I'm looking down at my belly button. Maybe my legs are in tabletop if extended is too crazy. I could also lift my legs a little higher. The further my legs get away from me, the harder it is. So, yes, I'm being a show off. We're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You rest nice and slow. Maybe hug your knees, a little rock to side while I glance. Perfect. Okay, up next, I need to be careful with this mic because I'm already a loud ass bitch as it is, right? So with this next thing, this is actually very much a classic Pilates move, but it's also really silly, okay? So hopefully I have enough space and I don't end up embarrassing myself, but hey, maybe I embarrass myself and you do too. We do it together. Okay, so I am not, even though I'm the instructor, I am not perfect. And my form can also be critiqued. And I also, yeah, like there's room to grow for all of us, okay? You're supposed to try to keep your legs together, like as close as possible. Mine tend to open. That's me cheating. I'm doing what I can, okay? Mom, you're supposed to start by sitting up nice and tall, so like on your sit bones. And really, just like it says, you're going to roll like a ball. Now, I'm not trying to roll up to my head. I want to stop a little bit before my shoulders. So I roll back. And then my goal is that my feet don't touch the ground when I come up. It's okay if they tap or if they do have to touch, okay? That's just the goal. You see how I'm lifting my legs? You shouldn't be doing that. But again, this is one that I do kind of need the added help, if you will, the added momentum to get me there. So we do what we can. We'll take another 5. Inch a little forward so I don't hit my head. 4. On 3, you're going to meet me up and we're just going to hold. 2. Next time you're up, we're just going to hold. See if you can be on your sit bones. Maybe you need to hold on to your knees. Maybe you let go. Maybe you're a show off and your hands go above your head. We're just holding. If you really want to show off, you could also extend your legs. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a second. Me cheating at my cheat sheet. Okay. From there, you're going to lie back. You're going to prop yourself up with your shoulders. Lo que no quiero, okay, what I don't want is me just melting into my shoulders. You're going to be nice and propped up. Also, if you see my honey dog, come. Again, we're keeping it real, right? That dog is obsessed with me and he cannot help himself. Okay, so we're going to start propped up, right, with my elbows. If I need to lie down, lie down. My legs are going to be in a tabletop. Remember, that's that 90 degree that we did earlier, okay? I'm going to extend my legs away from me and then back in. If it's easier, you could always kick them up to the sky instead. Like it's a little lighter. We'll take 6. Another 5. And then we'll do one at a time. 4. 3. 2. Next time I'm extended, I hold. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a second. Take a second. Okay, up next, can you do just one leg at a time? So I extend one of my legs, I bring it back in. The whole thing in Pilates is you want to move nice and slow. So I'm not trying to rush through these movements. The slower, the better. We'll take 8, 7, I already broke a sweat, but I am outside. 6, maybe I have an advantage. 5, we'll take 4. 3, hello, honey. 2, and 1. Take a second. Now we're going to do frog. So really all that changes from the double one that we started with is my legs are in a Pilates V, which means my heels are glued together, my toes are turned out. Okay, so my knees are a little bit open versus being parallel, right? I'm a little bit open. Exhale, I extend. Inhale, I'm in. We'll take 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Next time I'm up and I'm going to hold there, I'm just separating my heels and bringing them together. So opening and closing my heels. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to take a second. I'm going to take a second. Whew. I was so already coming into this. The thing with Pilates, people are like, oh my God, you're an instructor. It must be so easy for you now. No, girl, it gets harder. It only gets harder because I'm going to slow down. I'm being so intentional. While I'm cueing, while I'm teaching the class, I'm also critiquing myself. So it only gets harder in the best way. Okay, let's move on. We're going to do some side lying work, okay? So I'm going to start lying on my side. It doesn't matter what side you start with because we're going to do both, okay? So I'm going to lie on my side. We'll start by having a little bit of a prop. So we're propped up. Okay. And actually, I'll give us choices. This is one choice, okay? If I wanted to be up a little higher or a little bit of a level up, if you will, I'm going to be here. My shoulder's kind of bugging me today, so I'm going to come down. But I wanted you to have that option because maybe you don't have that issue today, right? We're all different. Okay. What I don't want, whether I'm propped up or down, is I'm not relaxing into the mat. I'm thinking ribs are kind of like internally engaged. You see how, again, I still have my lonja, but they're kind of my ribs are kind of reaching up, okay? It's from the inside. So don't worry if your lonja is still touching the mat, that's perfect. You think inside is what's engaging. Okay, from there, I'm going to start with my legs straight. So let me move up so make sure you can see. I'm going to start with my legs nice and straight, okay? If straight under me feels a little unbalanced, I can just bring them a little bit forward. I could have my hand down on the mat if I want a little bit more. Hand up in the sky, that'll kind of help challenge my balance. You see how I relaxed? It's a constant thing. You got to remind yourself. Okay, legs together. I lift both of my legs, and then I rest them. I lift both at the same time, and then I rest them. We'll take 7, another 6, 5, we hold in 4, 3, 2. Next time I lift, I'm going to hold there. My bottom leg is going to rest. My top leg lifts and lowers. My toes are pointed. I like to have my hand on the ground to kind of help with balance support, if you will, a little stability. Great, chula. We'll take 7, 6, another 5. We go for 4, 3, 2, one more. Great. You can rest your bottom leg. Your top leg stays high, okay? From there, I'm going to bend both of my knees, but remember my top leg is still elevated, right? I didn't rest it. I still am holding it up. Flex your foot. My leg is in another 90 degree, kind of like that tabletop, remember? I'm going to kick behind me like I was going to kick my butt, and then I'm forward. Again, I kick back. The trick is I'm not going so far back that I lose my balance. So less is more here. Exhale back, inhale forward. We'll take 7. We pulse in 6, another 5, 4, 3, 2. Next time you're back, I want you to make it small. Back, back, back. Imagine you're trying to high five that foot to the wall behind you. I know, weird. 8, 7, 6, 5. You're not going to lower that leg. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it high. You're going to bring your feet to a Pilates V. Remember, heels together, toes are pointed out. So my heels are lifted, or my feet are lifted. My heels are connected. I'm not going to let them separate. Could have my hand here, could have my hand here. I could keep my hand up here, right? Whatever I want. I open and I close. Exhale, I open. Inhale, I close. Same thing. I don't want to open too big. As soon as I'm going to open to the sky, I've gone a little too far. Sometimes I like to put my hand on my cheek to kind of help keep me honest. We'll take 7, 6, 5. We go for 4, 3, 2. Next time you're up, you meet me there and we're just pulsing. 10, 9, tiny, 8. I barely want to see it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're not resting. My bottom leg can rest. Now I can separate my heels. My feet are back to parallel. I'm still hovering my top leg, right? I do the same thing, but now my feet separate. Your top leg should be knocking on that door like, bitch, I'm tired. Yep, I know. Great. You're not done after this, so don't get too excited. Almost. Ya merito. 7. We pulse in 6. 5. You got to pulse in a hold. 4. 3. Are you relaxing? I know I did. 2. Next time I lift, I'm there and I'm just pulsing open, open, open. You barely want to see it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm just going to hold open. I'm just holding it. My foot is flexed. I'm feeling it in that cheek. I need 10, 9, 8. Do you guys want to hear a story? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're not dropping it. 1. I'm going to hold it up. Okay, so I hold it lifted. I turn. Okay, so it's going to feel really awkward. This is called the mermaid push-up. So I do 5. Inhale down. Exhale, I push up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, take a little bit of a stretch. You can keep your legs kind of in that little mermaid shape. They're kind of stacked. Stretching to the other side. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The good news is we're done with that cheek. The bad news is you got another cheek we got to do. Where did I leave my cafecito? Oh, it's hiding behind my booty. Let me take a little drink. I was spending so much money at coffee shops. And ultimately, I'm not in the point where it's like, I'm not counting calories or any of that. I'm thinking just about like my overall health. And I'm like, what is in all this stuff that I'm taking? Like, let's keep it simple. So please support me while I drink my at-home coffee. Okay, let's do the other side. You ready? You ready, B? Let's go. Okay, so I'm gonna lie down again, right? Because my shoulder's bugging me, so I'm lying down. This is enough space. I just want to make sure you guys can see me. Okay, so I'm nice and engaged here, right? I'm not relajada. I'm like nice and from the inside, kind of lifting up. So I'm gonna lift both of my legs, and then I rest. I lift both, and then I rest. We'll take 6. We hold in 5, 4, 3, 2. Next time you hold, you lift, you meet me there, and you just lift and lower your top leg. Great. We take 7, 6, another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You can rest your bottom leg, but keep the top one lifted. They're both in a 90-degree tabletop, right? I'm going to hold that top leg, and I'm going to go for a kick back, like I was going to try to tap my booty with my heel. Inhale forward. Trying not to go too far. Great. Slow, controlled, and really take a second to think about what you're doing. You being intentional and really thinking about that connection is going to get you way more out of this. We'll take 6. We pulse in 5. Another 4. We'll go for 3. Another 2. Next time I'm back, I hold, and I'm just pulsing back, back, back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember that top leg stays high. My feet are in a Pilates V. Heels connected. Hand on waist, hand here, hand up in the sky. Lo que quieras. Up and down. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale down. Really thinking about that cheek. Keeping my hips pointing forward. So cadera para enfrente. I just open and close that knee. We'll take 6. We pulse in 5. Can I get 4? Another 3. We go for 2. Next time you're up, you meet me there, and I'm just pulsing open, open. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're not lowering that top leg, right? I rest my bottom leg. My feet are in a parallel position, so no longer turned out, right? I'm just going to lift and lower that top leg without letting my hip open up to the sky. Okay, ya merito. We'll go for 7. We pulse in 6. Another 5. We got to hold in 4 after our pulse. 3, 2. Next time I'm up, I'm going to hold, and I'm just pulsing. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hold. 10, 9, 8. Yes, you can. Si se pudo. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It stays elevated. I press myself up to my mermaid plane. Push-ups, I need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Sit on up. Take my little mermaid stretch to the other side. We're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's do our, I keep messing with this mic, girl. Let's do, I'm not used to it. I'm not used to being a celebrity, but I guess I better get used to it. Let's do our back extension portion of the series, okay? So we have this. We have some core stuff, so like our hundreds, and then you are all done, chula, okay? Keeping it cute, keeping it simple. Okay, so I'm lying face down. It doesn't matter what direction, right? I'm going to place my hands face down on my mat, okay? And my forehead is going to rest on the back of my hand. My forehead and my hands are going to stay together. And actually to start, I'm going to rest my feet. So my feet are down, okay? But my pubic bone is pressed down. So my booty's nice and engaged, okay? From there, we're going to keep it really small. Should I move this mic so I'm not, doing the most? Let's do that. I'm going to put this mic right here. I told you it was going to be just me, okay? You can check out my booty while I do that. Okay, so I'm nice and down, okay? And then I'm going to start small. My pubic bone is pressed down. Maybe each one gets a little bigger. Next time you lift, you're going to hold. You lift one leg, you rest it. You lift the other, you rest it, and then you're back down. Again, I lift and lower each leg once at a time. I rest. I lift one at a time, and then I rest. We'll take 4, 3, 1 more. Okay. Next time you lift, you're going to hold. So next time I lift, I'm just going to hold. Can I flutter my legs? I'm just leaving my forehead or leaving my hand to give you a smile or a look. But you should be here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a second because we got 2 more. Okay. Otra vez, you can keep your hands how they were. If you wanted a little support, you could always use your hands to hold yourself up, okay? So next time I press up, I hold. I'm not putting all my weight on my fingertips. If I'm doing that, they're nice and light. And I'm holding a flutter. 10, 9, maybe slow down, Julie. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a second. You got 1 more. Ooh, it's about my lunchtime. Okay, ya mero. Then maybe we go to lunch together. Okay, pubic bone press down. My legs are resting on the mat. I lift, I hold, and I'm going for my final flutter. So I'm going to make it real slow. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now I hold. I know I tricked you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Okay, the final thing is going to be our hundreds portion of class. Hopefully there's not a lot of back and forth with this. So I'm sorry for your poor little ears if there is. Okay, we talked about it last video, but I'm going to just drill this in because I don't think we can talk about it enough, okay? In Pilates, when people talk about the magic of your core, the magic is really in our breath because there's 3 layers of our core. The deep, deep layer, who cares, but it's called transverse abdominis, okay? That deep, deep layer, you're not going to get there through crunches. You're not going to get there through really any movement. You're really only going to tap into that part of your body through breath. And so breath is really at the root of everything that we do, but especially Pilates. And so when you're doing this, it looks like there's a lot of different other elements, but really the most, honey, go over there. The most important part is your breath, okay? So don't get lost with all the other shit, okay? So we're going to start with our hands up in the sky. Our feet are flat on the ground. Our knees are nice and bent, okay? I could keep my head and chest down. I'm going to do it in a head and chest lift, okay? So exhale. I hold. I fan my arms up and down. I'm going to inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should sound like this. And I rest. That wasn't a full 100. Now we're going to change or add on, okay? And I'm going to lift my legs and hold them in a tabletop and do the same thing. So I take a big inhale. As I exhale, I lift and hold. We're here for inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again. I rest. We're going to do one more round. So ultimately, we're doing 150. And this one's going to be with our legs extended. If you want to go back to any of the other two options, you can. Okay. So inhale, exhale. I lift, but this time I also extend. Honey, stop cleaning your butt near me. Please go away. This is the reality of having a dog. Please stop cleaning your butt near me. Okay, sorry. Oh my God. Okay. The next version will be with our double legs, okay? So exhale, I lift, I extend, my legs are extended. Inhale. Exhale. And I rest. Okay. Hip work, and then you're free. You're home free. Okay, ya mero. I'm going to start with my legs again in a tabletop. My head and chest are going to be nice and rested, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. If you see me close my eyes, it's because the beautiful sun is in my eyes. Okay, so my legs are in this tabletop position. Okay, I'm going to tilt to the right, extend my legs like I was going to tap the stars, back to tabletop, and then back to center. I tilt to the left. I extend my toes like I was going to tap las estrellas. I'm back to center. Tilt, reach, bend, center. Tilt, reach, bend, center. Again, tilt, I reach, back to tabletop, back to center. I'm just alternating as I go. The next time you're on your right, you're going to meet me there. So I stay tilted, and I'm just going to extend and bend for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You should be kind of like on that right hip. 3, your left booty cheek should be in the sky. 2, and 1. Bend those knees. I'm centered. Now I tilt to the left. Same thing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you're ready, you'll meet me at center. Now, if I need to bend my knees, I can, or I can keep my legs straight. Can I draw a circle in one direction? You're keeping it as small as possible. When you get to the top, you reverse. So I'm just reversing that circle every time I get to the top. Mine's looking more like an oval. Maybe yours is too. I'm trying not to do as much rocking or moving, which is almost an impossible ask, but that's what I'm focused on. We'll say one more to each side. Okay, now we're going to do single leg stretch. So left knee stays bent, left foot is on the ground, right leg is extended to the sky, my toes are pointed, and I'm going to draw a circle in whatever direction I want because we're going to do both. We'll take 6, 5, 4, 3, I reverse in 2, and 1, and now I reverse, keeping it small, keeping it slow, trying not to rock back and forth for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I rest. I do my left leg. I'm going to draw baby circles. We'll take another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and I reverse. Keeping it small, keeping it slow for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and one. Okay, guess what? You made it to cool down. I will cool down with you because guess what? I need to cool down. Why don't we start since we're on our back? We're going to bend our knees and we're just going to rock side to side. Who cares if my lonja pulls out and I have the urge to pull my pants up? We're all among friends. I'm just going to leave it, girl. Look at my lonja. Side to side, feeling a little bit of a lower back massage. From there, I'm going to rest one foot, kick my other leg up to the sky. I'm going to point those toes to the sky and then point those toes to my face. A couple more. And then I can do some circles with my ankles in one direction. I can reverse. Now I try the other. Again, I point to the sky, then to my face a couple of times. And then I go for circles, whatever direction. And then I reverse. Big in through my nose, out through my mouth. Let's go for some cat cows. Maybe taking a second to appreciate myself. There goes the lonja in my leggings. Taking a second to appreciate myself, appreciate my body. I try not to forget how lucky we are. Think about our moms, our tias, our grandmas, our great grandmas, what they would have dreamed of having experiences like this, or even just having the time to slow down. So give yourself the time, girl. You have it. Maybe ending in a little child's pose. Open your knees out wide, feet together. Maybe your forehead rests on the mat. Maybe you just hover it. A big in through your nose. Big exhale through your mouth. Let it all go. One more. And on that note, I'm that bitch because I motherfucking said so. Okay? Because I fucking said so. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for allowing me to be myself. And yeah.